Is the SpaceX IPO the greatest wealth transfer in history? Hi, my name is Kobi Tirey, Democratic strategist, host of Is It Bad for the Economy? And that's what I was talking about with my co-host, the anonymous banker Bill, while we were waiting for the Wall Street Journal's Gavin Bate to join us for a postmortem on the trade war. That regularly scheduled episode is going to be coming out a week from today, but banker Bill and I had so much fun getting ready for Gavin that we decided to turn it into an experimental little mini episode. Not quite as polished as we'd usually have it. Go check out the video on YouTube or Substack if you want to follow along with some of the charts, but we hope you enjoy this casual bonus episode. This is It Bad for the Economy? A lot of people are starting to frame the SpaceX IPO as one of the greatest wealth transfers in history.
Yeah, I've heard about this. I still don't really know how I feel about it. On the one hand, I'm like, damn, it's great this company's finally going public. I wish these companies had gone public sooner.
Right.
On the other hand, it's like they're bending the rules for these guys, but they're doing it because these are so freaking big. And what would the alternative had been? Like, you're not gonna have it on a standalone index. Like, I just don't. It definitely it doesn't make me feel good.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, everyone's 401k, if you want to be cynical, is exit liquidity for prior funded rounds on SpaceX. Yeah, like, but at the same time, I'll give you a good picture of it. Is there are people who work for SpaceX and these other companies that are IPOing this year that are making good money, a few $100,000 a year, and they've been locked up in equity for years. And this year, with these companies going public, like with this 4 odd companies, millions of equity millionaires are going to get made. And those people are going to buy houses and cars and all sorts of other shit and invest money. Like, I think that's a good thing. But like I said, it doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. I don't know.
Well, I think it's a good reminder that that's sort of always the case, and that is sort of with everybody being invested in the stock market. That's just a truth that we probably need to be more aware of. But just the concentration and is just insane. The fact that he's got 2 of these suckers now, and the first one it should be going through an existential crisis here any minute now.
And look at the positive PR SpaceX is getting going into this by the negative PR from what happened with Blue Origin.
Right.
Like, holy shit, you cannot draw it up better.
No, I saw who was it? I saw somebody arguing that the only reason why Jeff Bezos is sucking up to Trump as much as he is so that they have the government relationships they need in order for Blue Origin to catch up.
That's a fair thesis. Why not?
And I think, like, the way in which, I mean, Jeff Bezos has been, giving them money with the Melania doc, talking Trump up in the media.
I forgot recently. That. You're right. He did back that.
But to me, again, I know that, like, every single time I bring it up, you tell me to get over it, but
I don't.
How is Tesla still worth more than Toyota? And SpaceX makes money, absolutely, with Starlink, absolutely. Most of its value is future earnings in XAI.
Yep.
And so that's
XAI burns $1 billion a month.
I mean, and we just pissed off Europe, and so France is like, we're building our own Starlink post-haste.
We're going to try, yeah.
Well, and will they be able to do it? If Elon Musk can do it, I think it's going to be a question of financial will as opposed to, technical capacity.
The valuation on Tesla is because people perceive it as nothing to do with the automotive, nothing to do with Toyota.
Right.
So, like, you have to suspend any consumer orientation you have to Tesla and just see as, like, it's all future hype for them. Now, I was critical on something big, man, about the trucks, like the actual semis.
Oh,
they are rolling off.
Are they?
And Pepsi likes them.
Okay.
So I read Pepsi's been pretty happy with them so far. Don't know how much of that is PR because they bought the first 60, but they're mostly using them as local trucks, around town kind of things.
You heard about that Nikola company, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's old news now. Are you talking about a new one?
No, just them.
Yeah, they were. I mean, well, that's another thing too, is like that company was an outright fraud. I mean, these other IPOs that are now coming out, like, I don't like how established they are. I wish that these companies would have gone public sooner. But because these guys are now so big, like we can be very confident these are not frauds. Overvalued, sure, but these are not frauds. I mean, who knows what they're going to be valued? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, we wind up buying it when it goes into the indices. Absolutely. I
Um,
want to show you one more. I want to
oh
show you
yeah,
one chart because we have inflation figures are now fully baked.
yeah.
We've got all of the latest data for what is it? We got April. So here's our 4 measures for April.
Yikes.
Yeah. And let me show that to you versus April of 2025.
So
Liberation Day.
2.8 to 4.8 is the spread there?
Yeah. 270, call it
2 to 3.
274.
2 to 3, sorry.
274 to 378. And in April of 2025, it was 232 to 277.
Now, is there anything to read
It's
into the fact that they've inverted?
It's just telling you where the shock is coming from,
Yeah.
right? This is these include the energy and food,
Okay.
and these other ones don't.
Oh, so the story of them inverting is the story of energy becoming
Of the shock.
the one thing that was dragging inflation down versus now the thing that's
Bingo.
Yep.
Another thing we discussed for a while. So, and you can definitely spin it as like if you're spinning this as a Democrat, it's like soft landing. Inflation was coming down. It's in the data. Now, why is inflation going back up? Purely because of energy prices. Well, who did that?
Have you been following the Ronan Farrow, Sam Altman profile at all?
No. What is that?
So, well, you know who Ronan Farrow is?
No, I don't think so.
Ronan Farrow is an investigative reporter. He is Mia Farrow's son. He was very instrumental in the journalism that sparked the first
Journalist
round of
and
Me
lawyer.
Too.
Yeah, I don't know this guy.
Famously rumored to be Frank Sinatra's son just because he's too handsome.
Okay.
So he wrote this very famous profile of Sam Altman, and his thesis basically is that Sam Altman has this extremely unique combination of 2 personality traits. One is that he's a people pleaser. He needs everybody in the room to like him. And 2, he's a sociopath who feels absolutely zero pressure from the consequences of his actions. So he's constantly telling people what they want to hear and not giving a shit that he's setting himself up to let them down. And Sam, and so he's trying to say like that's a crazy, contradicting, paradoxical combination of character traits. But I actually feel like that's exactly how I see Musk working. Why does he need video gamers to think that he's a great video gamer? And he keeps making promises to investors that he can't keep. Trump seems to be like that, where he agrees with the last person he talked to on everything. So to me, it's just a way in which this ability for Elon Musk to make promises that nobody's ever going to expect him to keep has become it's not just Musk anymore. It's become sort of the entrenched. It's not just an entrenched feature of Silicon Valley culture. It is in fact your ability to do that, get away with that, is what defines success.
Over promising, under delivering has become the benchmark for American corporatism in politics.
Yeah, and I think and as much as we're using Tesla as a totem, I think that just it gets to the way in which this market has not been rational or does not feel rational from a sort of consumer's point of view for a very long time.
Right, because this market's been driven more and more by capital, almost by labor.
And pretty quickly we're at Kevin Warsh's argument that that's going to allow for interest rates to be down without causing inflation to go up.
Well, probably not unless the energy prices come down with it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the latest? Have you seen the latest electricity figures?
No,
I don't have to go over this now.
Those must be crazy.
I think 8% year over year electricity prices.
I'm quickly losing hope that a responsible data center provider who is making robust promises to a community that they have every intention of following up on is a recipe for getting through this data center sort of pushing against it. People this data center pushback is growing strong. It's becoming a problem. It's going to be probably the defining issue of these elections.
And yet it's not. I don't hear anything about it from a Chinese point of view. They just seem to be
Oh, I hear
bloating
so
away.
much about it from a Chinese point of view.
That it's being blocked.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the corporate like moderates are immediately backing up to we have to build them because if we don't, it'll allow China to catch up on AI.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yeah.
But, and I've heard certain Democratic voices, certain sort of local advocates say, okay, well, if it's a if it's a matter of national security, then it's also a matter of national security to make sure they're put in places where they're not disruptive to the local economy. It's a question of national security to make sure that we're paying for the energy production. It's a question of national security to make sure that we're allowing them to be cooled with water or whatever they need in a way that's not disruptive to local economies. And I think that's a very powerful argument of saying you can't just claim that one little piece of this is national security. It's either all national security or it's not.
It's an interesting framing. With how prices are going for electricity, it might come to a point where it actually just makes economic sense to actually have the data center pay for itself by way of electricity because the electricity is so expensive. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to show you this. Look at this. This is in nominal dollars. Average
Jesus.
electricity price the last 10 years. Here's your trend pre-COVID. Here's your trend post-COVID. This is broken, dude. This is not getting better. This trend line is basically the same trend line for 3 straight years. Like, why are you and I not investing right now in like Con Edison?
So while China has secret
mooning, bro.
So while China has secret underground oil reserves and all the solar in the world.
Yeah. And all the EVs.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Consolidated Edison must be popping. If it's not, what are we doing? Yeah, pretty good. Tick, 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 tick. 30%, 5 years from a utility. And that's just coming from this. An old, boring utility. Dude, that is incredible. Because usually we've been looking at it like this on just the chart, right? Like this is what it just looks like. 2-year chart. So it looks bad. But you zoom it out and it's 10-year chart. Oh my God, dude.
No, like we should be like the State of the Union.
Graduated college. Let's see.
Yeah.
Dude, this trend. This was it.
We should be doing a new deal for power plants right now. This is ridiculous.
Something. Generation and transmission.
Yeah.
I mean, how far back can we go on this? Like, go to 9/11. All right, so you had a ramp going into the financial crisis. We all know this, right? Oil popped too. How far back does this data go? Oh, wow. Dude, look at this shock. This is brutal. Look at the other shocks, dude. Nothing's even close. Look at the slope of that line. Holy fuck.
Well, yeah. And
just like when you look at it this way, it does put it in perspective. 10-year.
Okay, so is it just AI? I mean, if you look at the timing, right?
I think it's AI and inflation.
But ChatGPT 4.0 came online. Oh, I guess when did that come online? In 2023? 3.5 was like 2021, 2022. So
why don't we just do it that way? Let's just go from like 2023, right?
Yeah, November 3rd, 2022 is when 3.5 came out.
So you want to go from then? November 22. Dude, see you later. So we're at 19.4. So you're up 19% in that span that you just cited. An electric bill that was $100 when whatever you're saying 3.5 was released. That same bill, same amount of kilowatt hours used, is now $119.
And I think to me, this is kind of what I'm trying to say. Like every single problem with data centers except for existential AI questions. But every single thing except for that, you can put an AI center anywhere you want as long as you pay for it, as long as you pay for everything that needs to go with it. I mean, really, this is just
Sure.
a
Why
question,
not? And then
you
just
know.
tax it.
But I think, unfortunately, and nobody trusts that corporations will ever do that because we've just had decades of them screwing over municipalities forever and ever and ever, whether it's big stadiums or small things, whatever. And to me, it was just like, well, that's just a question of faith. If somebody comes in, makes good, makes them like pays the money up front, like this seems like a problem that money could solve. And no, I think unfortunately the political moment is getting too big that we're probably crossing that threshold. People hate these things. These are becoming the totems for everything that they're upset about in our economy right now.
I'd be interested. This is the last thing I'll say, and then we can disconnect here.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know that in your framing of, hey, here's when the 3.5 was released. Since then, if we broke out that 19% increase, what proportion of that is really due to data center, even tangentially data center related?
Yeah,
Half?
Because the
More
other
than
thing,
half? Like,
and I bet we'd find sort of a point where the crypto it was crypto, and those people are
oh
switching
no,
over
there's a
to AI.
switch. Interesting. Yeah, sure. And so the net power really didn't change.
Yeah.
It's been the same demand. And okay, cool.
Well, I mean, a few people got ahead of the AI thing, saw it coming, built data centers, and before they could do data center stuff with it, they were they were AI farms. But there's just or crypto farms. So there's just a lot of crypto farms that have turned into data centers.
The AI, the crypto connection's a good one because the energy consumption was always a criticism there.
Yeah.
At least I would say, I would argue, and I hope
Yeah.
you would agree, that the data centers are more valuable economically than the cryptos.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%. No, that was just some smart. That was just like, you only make vodka for the first 10 years of your distillery or whatever
I didn't
because you
know
need
that
to let
was
the
a thing.
bourbon age.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense.